Hello and welcome back to my Alaska travel series. Today we're going to be talking about Whittier. Whittier was first used by the Chugach natives of Prince William Sound as part of their portage route for accessing the Turnagain Arm. Russians and Americans exploring the region also used this passage, as did prospecting miners who quickly learned that the Whittier area was the quickest passage from Prince William Sound to Cook Inlet and regions of interior Alaska. Whittier was not settled or established until the United States Army chose Whittier as a year-round, ice-free, deep-water port in 1941 to serve in case of disruption of Sewardsport. Construction of a massive railway tunnel was undertaken to connect Whittier to the rest of the rail corridor. Anton Anderson served as the chief engineer of this unprecedented project, steering completion of the longest highway tunnel in North America in less than 2 years. The tunnel is named in his memory. Whittier Army Port was abandoned after World War II until the Cold War caused its reactivation. The U.S. Army engineers quickly constructed housing and indoor recreational space for over 1,000 people. The Cold War construction boom included 7 still-standing structures, including the abandoned and unstable Buckner Building and the maintained 14-story Hodge Building, which is now called Begich Towers. In 1972, the city of Whittier purchased the Cold War buildings, which currently house most of Whittier's 300 residents. The Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel was renovated in 2000 to connect Whittier to the state's highway system. The tunnel today supports one-way rail and vehicle traffic, with the direction alternating every half hour. Now, Whittier is only a 90-minute drive from Anchorage along the scenic Turnagain Arm. In September of 2024, the Huna Totem Corporation's new cruise ship dock welcomed its first vessel. With the opening of this $80 million project, the cruise ship capacity of Whittier increased from 1 ship to 3. The Huna Totem Corporation is also the group planning the expansion of cruise ship docks in Juneau, and is the organization which owns and operates Icy Strait Point. Let's talk a little bit about getting there. Whittier is accessible by road through the Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel. After passing through the tunnel heading from Whittier, travelers will pass Portage Glacier, Byron Glacier, and several campgrounds and trailheads. Where the Portage Glacier Road tees at the Seward Highway, a left will lead to Hope, Seward, and Homer, and other destinations on the Kenai Peninsula. A right turn will lead up the Turnagain Arm past Girdwood and straight to Anchorage. The Alaska Railroad provides daily round-trip service from Anchorage to Whittier aboard the Glacier Discovery train from May to September. The airport nearest Whittier is the Ted Stevens International Airport in Anchorage, which is serviced by multiple commercial airlines every day. Whittier is a stop for the Alaska Marine Highway ferry service, but most visitors to Whittier will arrive or depart on a cruise ship, as Whittier is the nearest Anchorage-adjacent cruise port. As for points of interest in Whittier, aside from embarking or disembarking a cruise ship, many other popular activities in Whittier are also water-based. Whittier is home to sea kayaking tours, jet ski glacier viewing excursions, fishing expeditions, and scenic day cruising. The Phillips Cruises 26 Glacier Cruise is a 5.25-hour tour that has been running since 1987. Day cruisers will sail through Esther Passage before experiencing the glaciers of College Fjord and Harriman Ford from as near as a quarter mile from the face of the glacier. The Glacier Quest Cruise, a shorter day cruise option at 3.75 hours, is perfect for families and guests who don't want to spend as much time on the water while focusing on the glaciers in Blackstone Bay. While you're on the water, keep an eye out for wildlife, including seals, sea otters, whales, birds, bears, and mountain goats. Anyone choosing to explore Whittier will have the opportunity to view the many monuments which have been erected to memorialize different moments in Whittier history. The Whittier 1964 Earthquake Monument, a plaque on a 13-ton rock, can be found in the town's business district among a wild rose garden. It's a fitting tribute to those who lost their lives during the 1964 earthquake. The World War II Railroad Commemorative Monument was built in 1943 to commemorate the effort of building the 2.5-mile-long tunnel through the solid rock of Maynard to realize the vision of Whittier as a year-round ice-free port. The monument was recently restored in a new location with the original plaque. Pioneer Monument was erected to commemorate residents of Whittier who have passed away. Flags fly above the monument and names are added periodically as long-term residents pass. Whittier is home to the Prince William Sound Museum, which is located inside Whittier's only hotel, the Anchor Inn in downtown Whittier. This museum features exhibits which tell the story of Whittier's history as a military port during World War II and the Cold War, as well as the town's unique and historic rail terminal. Most visitors will get to Whittier to embark or disembark a cruise ship. With only one hotel in town, many will choose to stay in Anchorage rather than in Whittier. Day trips to Whittier from Anchorage are a popular choice, and it may be all you need depending on what you want to do and see. I disembarked my Alaska cruise in 2023 in Whittier. We went directly from the ship to the train, which took us directly to Anchorage. I believe this was a special privilege as I was traveling with an employee of the Holland America Princess Corporation. Most, if not all, of the other train passengers were continuing on to a Princess Lodge for the land portion of their cruise tour. For anyone staying in Anchorage for a few days and looking to explore outside of that city, let me propose a couple of itinerary ideas. If glaciers are your thing, you might like this one. You could board the Alaska Railroad Glacier Discovery train in Anchorage, arrive in Whittier, and take the 26 Glacier Cruise. Upon your return to Whittier, you board the train and you return to Anchorage. If you're an animal lover, I would suggest driving down Turnagain Arm from Anchorage, visiting the Alaska Wildlife Conservation Center, and then continuing on to Byron Glacier for a very short nature walk/hike. You could then continue into Whittier through the tunnel, have lunch in town, do a little shopping, or maybe catch the shorter Glacier Quest cruise before returning to Anchorage. Although Whittier is a smaller town home to around 300 permanent residents, there are a few options for dining in Whittier. Varley Swiftwater Seafood Cafe boasts the freshest seafood in Prince William Sound. Whittier Oceanfront Cafe is a great place to grab a cup of coffee and some waterfront views. The restaurant inside the inn is open seasonally and offers Alaskan king crab and other freshly caught Alaskan seafood in season. There is no local brewery, winery, or distillery in Whittier. The nearest craft brewery can be found on the road to Anchorage in Girdwood. Maybe we'll talk about Girdwood in another one of these videos. Some unique gifts and souvenirs can be found in Whittier at Prince William Sound Salt Company, Sound Ideas Whittier Fudge, and Log Cabin Gifts. Despite its small size, Whittier has a fascinating history. Until I made this video, I did not know that the Anton Anderson Tunnel was not passable by automobiles until its renovation in 2000. Having visited Whittier on a couple of occasions under different circumstances, I can say for sure it is an incredibly scenic area. It isn't a place I've spent an extensive amount of time, but I do hope to one day return with more appreciation for this town and its history. Actually, I would love to return to Whittier and do the 26 Glacier Cruise. If you have been to Whittier, I would love to hear how you got there. Did you take the train from Anchorage? Did you drive? Were you bussed in or out for a cruise or from a cruise? I'm really curious. But that's all that I have for today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You guys will see me in another video really soon. Bye!